Hey, welcome to KocoSports Weekly Monday Night Raw Review. I am the huge one, aka the idiot, Dave Coco from KocoSports.com, KocoSports.net. It takes the same places where the world comes to cash, your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. I am joined by Rob of Cynical. He always helps us out with the channel, always helps us out with the shows. We'll probably be having a podcast about Dream later this week. So, Rob, plug your YouTube channel and make sure the Internet Infantry checks it out. And also, Happy Memorial Day. So, me and Rob are both veterans, and I don't know about you, but out of all the holidays, Memorial Day weekend hits me the hardest. I'm always like, man, hot.
It's a stay out of it kind of day.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's like, even if you hate your country or your government or whatever, it brings back so many memories and all that. So, it's a whole weekend. And I want to apologize before Rob promotes his YouTube channel. I want to apologize. I usually do a show a day on these bad boys. And this weekend, just real life got in the way, and I was down in the dumps. And I was like, you know what? Let's just wait for Monday Night Raw and Rob. Rob, welcome. Happy Memorial Day. And also, before we get started on win-loss tie, tell them what they can do for you.
Yeah.
You there? That's when you're supposed to plug.
Yeah, you're like, hey, before we get started on win-loss and tie, blah, 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 blah.
It's true.
I just cut out.
Talk a lot. Well, and for the record...
I mean it cut out.
Oh, it cut out? Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, for me.
Oh, okay. No, I'm going to try to make this show go a little bit quicker just because I have real-life responsibilities. But, yeah, Rob, tell the Internet Infantry where they can find you on your YouTube. Support those that...
All right, I haven't done anything on it in a few days because I'm trying to fix some stuff. But it is SIDUAKAL. I'll probably end up doing like a Let's Play of WWE 2K15 career mode at some point. If I can figure out how to make it not run like garbage because it's not optimized at all. But yeah, I play games and do stuff on there.
So please do check it out. Please support Rob. Busts his ass for us, and I think he deserves a bunch of subscribers. Plus the gaming community. I thought the pro wrestling community was hard to break into. The gaming community makes the pro wrestling community look like it's on easy level. So.
Oh yeah, because they're like thousands and thousands and thousands of people just playing video games and recording it.
Just one more time, I want to say Happy Memorial Day, and if you lost a loved one in any war or any combat situation, I feel sorry for your loss, and thank you for the sacrifices that soldier and warrior made. All right, let's talk Monday night.
Why get him started on such a down note now?
Because it's Memorial Day. It's like, All right, let's pick it up with a Monday Night Raw review. Remember last week? Last week was amazing. Top to bottom. We were so spoiled last week. Last week was amazing. You know it's not that good of a show when I start the Raw review off. Like, let's have a moment of remembering how great last week was. I think
let's all discuss how good last week really was.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw to me was sports entertainment heaven. Like, this was throw pro wrestling fans out. And it was, I could see it getting mixed reviews, but I think if you enjoyed this show, you just enjoy WWE sports entertainment more than you probably should. But it seems like it was for sports entertainment and not much pro wrestling. And I almost want to give it a tie for one reason. It was a holiday episode. So it's kind of like they get a pass. You're like, oh, it was very storyline driven, very star driven. Oh, it's a holiday weekend. Oh, okay, ratings, playoffs. You have your built-in excuses. You know what I mean? For why it sucks if you're a WWE defender. But to be on the other side of the coin, this was the last show going into your pay-per-view. And last week you did such a great job of making the Elimination Chamber feel like something. And this week, not so much. It's funny because like whoever booked last week's Raw, I don't know. A lot of people say Triple H is the better of the bookers. A lot of people say Vince McMahon has lost touch. I don't know. I'm not backstage. I don't know the situation. I'm sure people take credit for stuff but whatever the situation is, whoever was in charge of last week needs to be in charge every week. Because this week, it just seemed like the Vince McMahon special. You know what I mean? It just felt so... It felt like the...
You said that during Shield Power Hour?
It was the Shield Power Hour. I'm going to give it a loss.
What?
But I understand if this is your cup of tea. I'm not going to throw people under the bus if they like this episode. Rob, do I have to throw you under the bus for liking this episode?
You might.
All right, what did you give it? I give it a loss, but I could see people giving it a tie. And if you give it a win, it's just you love sports entertainment.
I give it a weak win because I love the Shield.
So I give it a loss. You give it a weak win. Please, down in the comments, we will try to get to live comments today. Win, loss, or tie. So you give it a win just because of the Shield. You're that much...
A weak win. I mean, the wrestling was horrible. But Shield storyline-wise, I was pretty entertained.
All right. So as long as the Shield gets his time, that's all it takes. It's
got to be all of the Shield, though. It can't just be Reigns. I need Ambrose.
So you need all three members of the Shield. If all three members in the Shield, so basically for you to get a win, like me, I'm like, how do I give it a win? Was I entertained? Wrestling good? I just give it a win if all three members of the Shield show up in the ring at the same time.
Yeah. If they acknowledge that they used to be the Shield, it's a win to me.
Doesn't take much, sir. It doesn't take much.
You gotta keep the WWE bar low if you want to be happy.
Well, Mr. Positivity, I'm glad you're here because you cancel my negativity. Can we at least agree that last week was a million times better?
Yeah, last week they could actually have competed with other companies. This week, well, you're better than TNA.
You're better than TNA. All right. TNA's been having a rough week. Let's not beat them up too much. All right, so let's break this down. We will read your comments. You can get us in the KocoSports.net Internet Infantry chat, but that place empties out as soon as Raw credits roll. You're like, yeah, KocoSports.net Internet Infantry chat. Yeah, it's a good time, but all right, the podcast started. Pshoo, gone. You can also...
Maybe they're coming to the podcast.
You can also get us at Twitter at KocoSports and, of course, Facebook, YouTube, and all those fun places. So we'll try to hit up as many comments as we can, and we'll try to go through this a little bit faster than usual. But I don't know, we talk a lot. All right, here we go. So it starts off. It's going to be from Long Island, New York. I love the Islander references. I love the sports references. I like the fact that they showed some history. That's just me being a sports fan, so I really enjoyed that. It starts off with a nice little video package for Memorial Day. One thing is WWE, they treat the troops right, I believe. You know what I mean? And they make a big deal about it. And not only that, but in today's society, it's really hard to do that. Because you got to remember, they're an international company. And on top of that being an international company is that it's not exactly the most popular thing in the world to be like, yeah, troops. You know what I mean? WWE, I enjoyed it. It was nice, so I appreciate it. And then it starts off. You have Triple H, Stephanie, basically the Authority, Seth Rollins out there. They all head to the ring, and I don't know, man. It's the same. I think they're wearing me down because normally it's like, oh, here it goes again and rant and rave. But it's worn down so much that you just accept it. It's like your wife getting fat. You don't even mention it anymore. You just calmly accept it. I don't know. Are they wearing me down? I mean, did you even enjoy the opening segment? Of course you did. Because Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I loved the opening segment. I was like, great, we're gonna have another awesome week.
I mean, even though you're a huge Shield fan, you had to be fucking at least a little fucking wary, a little fucking, are you fucking for real with a contract signing?
I was at first until I thought about the fact that it's Dean Ambrose, and playing keep away with Dean Ambrose is fun.
Gotcha. So yeah, there you have it. You have Dean Ambrose comes down. There's going to be a contract signing, and I'm just like, for the love of Pete, I'm just like, come on. I mean, it's just.
And I'm like, yeah, Dean Ambrose, fuck yes. And then I'm like, oh my God, Roman Reigns, this is amazing. The Shield's united.
Let's look at the streak. Let's recap the streak here. The pay-per-view last week was good. Monday Night Raw was good. NXT was good. TNA was good. Lucha Underground was good. According to Boom Boom, because I didn't watch it, SmackDown was good. And you're like, what a great streak. That's 6 different companies.
And then they kept it going tonight.
Yeah,
what?
Great. Lucha
stuff.
I mean, it was just a great week of pro wrestling. And then they're like,
now we get another one.
It's promo and a contract signing. And I was just like, no, the streak is over. And not only, but winning is contagious. Like, if you're watching a good TV show.
All right, well, hold on. Let's just be honest. Right. Any night where the booker probably books a 3v10, it's probably going to be a loss for the pro wrestling side of things.
Yeah, and not only, but it didn't even make sense storyline-wise, and we'll get to that.
Not only that, but afterwards, I'm pretty sure they clarified that there won't be 3 of the New Day in the Elimination Chamber, which sucks.
Oh, that's good. That's at least they cleared that up.
That's dumb.
So next, but first off, the highlight of the night was JBL referencing Barry Horowitz. I'd like to be delusional enough that I had a part of that. I'd like to believe that. I would love to believe that JBL listens to the Monday Night Raw KocoSports review, and he mentions Barry Horowitz just to keep us happy. It's a delusional way of thinking, but it gets me through the day.
Yeah. I like to think that Vince McMahon puts the Shield on the show because he wants me back.
Just like the only way we get Raw back on the show is if we.
We gotta go back to what we were doing a year ago. God damn it!
Delusional time is over. But have you? Other podcasters really believe shit like that. It's awesome. But it leads to a tag match, and the tag match, I'm glad because it got the Kane match out of the way early, so maybe less Kane. But then I was like, oh.
LK right now is just shaking the shit out of his head at you.
There's someone else in the internet. Kane. I couldn't believe LK's LK Wrestling Reviews. Check him out on YouTube. But he did a Fame 5 show, and Kane was number 5. And I thought he was being sarcastic, and he wasn't. And then I was like, who the fuck likes Kane? And then someone out of the internet imagery liked Kane. Like, I know that, obviously
there's 2 of them.
Fans. I never knew there was legit Kane fans. Like, never. It just never.
Yeah, they're out there. It's crazy.
I never met one.
All those people out there who don't like athleticism. They don't like performance or anything else. They just want them to be big.
Well, the first match, they Teddy Long this. They got Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus Kane and Seth Rollins. Rob is having an orgasm. And I'm like, well, at least it's over early. The winner,
I won't lie. I was pretty excited whenever there were, finishers. And, yeah, I like the Shield.
They picked it up WWE style with the finishers and everyone running in and all that. And Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose did get the win. Dean Ambrose gets the pin. So after that is pretty good, pretty interesting. I don't know. At this point, I was worried because I was like, fuck, a contract signing. And then the second thing was like, oh, well, the Kane match is over. We saw Roman Reigns. We saw Kane. And it sucks that Ambrose is, so early in the show. But, he'll have his moments. So I had mixed feelings. But I thought this was a very boring match, but it had a very WWE, everyone hit their finisher, exciting feel towards the end. Is there anything you want to add?
I mean, I think you're a little harsh on it. Think considering who we had in the ring, it was pretty solid.
Hold on. Replace the Shield members with John Cena. I was about to say Roman Reigns, but I forgot he's the Shield member. John Cena, Randy Orton, and Batista. Do you still enjoy the match?
No, because then it's 3 crappy people instead of 3 great people. That's like, I could have taken last week's Monday night segment and replaced John Cena and Kevin Owens with fucking Zack Ryder and John Cena. No one would have given a shit. If Zack Ryder had come out and pop up powerbomb John Cena, no one would have
I
cared.
just feel so bad for Zack Ryder, but we'll talk about that. After the match, Ambrose taunts Rollins in the ring. Cole reminds us that he still has to sign the contract tonight, and we're like, yay. Backstage, there's an interview. Oh well, they promote the Entourage there. I stopped watching the Entourage when he lost his job as Aquaman. Was the show any good after that? I enjoyed the show.
I've never watched it. I don't even know who those guys are.
You're not Aquaman? I'm not fucking watching. No, it's just I think I canceled HBO and I don't know. Watching television and downloading something. Funny part is I would probably watch something on television way before I download something just because I'm lazy. You know what I mean? It's the lazy factor.
Nice.
I think Entourage is a good enough show if you have it on television on your DVR. I don't think it's a good enough show to fucking go out of your way to pirate. That's just me. I don't know where people stand on Entourage. But they have a movie coming out, and, they play it. So we're back, and Renee Young with Dean Ambrose, they're doing a thing. Before we get into storyline, was there anyone else that felt like high school all over again? I'm very old, but I was like, they touch boobies in real life. I don't know. Maybe I'm immature, but that's what I thought. I was like, oh, what?
There's something wrong with you, boy.
Well, absolutely right. So then there's an ROH cameraman, and he gets pushed from behind, but we don't realize that till later in the show. And Dean Ambrose punches the cameraman. I don't know. It was very attitude error-ish, but like, what was bad about the attitude error? Like, tonight was like attitude error. Like, people remember the attitude error fondly. They just remember it as a golden age of wrestling. People think they do no wrong. Tonight's show reminded me, like, no, there was a lot of bad shit in the attitude error. It was like, you like the attitude error? We're going to give you everything that's horrible with the attitude error. So he punches the cameraman. I don't know. I thought it was okay. Different. And then next we have Rusev versus R-Truth. This was a short match as could be.
Thank God it was short.
Yeah, no one is too. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel bad for Rusev and R-Truth because as this match is going on, and no one gives a fuck. This is where I became like a backseat booker. I'm like, if you hid their weaknesses and pushed them and promoted them, this could definitely main event a smaller pay-per-view. Like if you hid their weaknesses and made them a star. Like, I think R-Truth could be a star. I think Rusev could be a star.
I don't think WWE believes in hiding weakness.
No, they expose that shit out. There was a Chris Jericho.
You go out there, you be great or you're fucked.
Yeah, there was a Chris Jericho Instagram message. All right. Appreciate all you live viewers. I know it's a holiday, and, I'm surprised we have any viewers at all, so I really appreciate it. But Rusev, after the match, cuts a promo on Lana, and it is just complete cheese. Will they get back together? Will they not get back together? It really reminds me of the season finale of Friends. Like, no, Rachel, take Ross back. It was bad. It was cheese bad. I think it was you or someone in Internet Infantry. It might be you, but if it wasn't, someone said, "Oh, was this John Cena putting Rusev over?" And
it was me.
Yeah, it's just no.
He's gonna get hits, guys.
It's bad, and not only that, but like the whole
it's ruining two characters for me.
Oh, well, three if you throw in Dolph fucking sloppy second Ziggler.
How's it ruining Dolph? Dolph's getting some. Come on, Dolph.
All right. So basically, it comes down to they forgive each other. And it's like, just say those three magic
Maybe
words.
This is the push Dolph always deserved. You get to make out with Lana.
The three magic
Who needs a world title?
I was wrong. Then it felt like a Jerry Springer segment. I'm saying if this was the Attitude Era and Rusev just speared her or something, that would have been fucking amazing. But no, we don't get that. So she just leaves and Rusev is fucking angry. All right. And then Ziggler comes out to meet Lana on the stage, and they kiss. And Dolph, congratulations, sloppy second Ziggler. I don't know. I honestly think there are people out there that like this segment. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, I actually feel bad kind of trashing it because I imagine.
Tumblr loved that segment.
Who's that?
Tumblr? Anyone who
Tumblr,
used the website Tumblr probably loved that segment.
Oh, without it, this was Tumblr mania. This whole show was built for Tumblr. Man, Tumblr. I'm just too old to understand Tumblr. Wrestling fans on Tumblr, but yeah, this was Tumblr mania for sure. But yeah, so that happened. Your thoughts? I don't know. You like entertainment. You like the sports entertainment cheesy stuff more than me. Did it go too
good? We're past the Shield parts right now. I stopped giving a shit.
Gotcha. So
basically, my brain kind of like doesn't count anything that doesn't have the Shield in it. If I could rate the show based off Shield segments and non-Shield segments tonight were a huge loss. Shield segments were a weak win.
All right. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Ambrose. Basically, they have a guy. Ambrose is backstage with Rollins. Triple H walks in, and they have.
Son of a bitch.
Now, granted, we had a lot of New Yorkers in the Internet Infantry chat. They're like, they shouldn't be NYPD. They're not in New York City. And, like, whoa, New Yorkers with a strong eye. But to me, I just thought this segment was so fucking stupid. It was just bad. It was bad and just bad. And not only that, but I don't want to publicly hate on cops because some of you really worship them. Man, did the internet go crazy with a lot of cop jokes. This segment did not help with that. But to me, I'm just like, why? And not only that, but everyone knows he's coming back. Who didn't know? Right now, in the comments, we don't have any live viewers because most.
I had no idea he was coming back.
Shut up.
I can't believe it.
It was just bad. It was just bad. The only thing saving grace about this is this reminds me of Hollywood in a really bad movie, but you enjoy the actor. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a shitty movie, but I support this actor. I don't know. I'm not really big. Like Adam Sandler. I enjoy Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler's in some really shitty movies. I enjoy Will Smith. He's in some really shitty movies. But if you put Adam Sandler or Will Smith, even though I know there's a 50-50 chance this movie's gonna suck, I pay my money. Ambrose with pro wrestling. With both, I'm fucking camping out all night long. I'll be the only one in line.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, Ambrose. Yeah, that's Ambrose for me.
Ambrose was like in the shittiest fucking storyline, movie, whatever, and he was the only character that was enjoyable. Like his interaction with the cops, it was just, all right, this is bad. This is Sandow bad. But just like Sandow, Ambrose is taking the ball and running with it. Because
Dear Sandow, please stop running with it.
Yeah, just fucking throw that ball off a goddamn cliff.
Say no.
But it's just like, imagine this segment without Ambrose. Ambrose just carried this shitty segment. And it was enjoyable. Like his interaction with the cops, the fact that he was already been arrested. I don't know. I enjoyed it. So there you go. And they get back and they load him into a van and take off. And yeah. Stone Cold. Like all you missed was JR screaming Stone Cold. And the funny thing is, for those that absolutely love the Attitude Era, they abused this storyline a lot back then. A lot.
You mean like how Vince has done with Ambrose the last year?
Yeah. Ambrose.
He likes locking people out of the building.
Is this fair to say about Ambrose? Ambrose is the Attitude Era in a PG show. Like, it just seems like they're like, oh, that worked in the Attitude Era, give it to Ambrose. I don't know, it just seems like that's the path they're going.
It just seems to me like, Vince probably is just doing shit that worked before with Stone Cold. with Ambrose. He's like, yeah, this worked once. Fuck it.
Just go with it. Now here's my question of the night, and some people might like it because it was very sports entertainment, very cheese driven. We're not going to knock you if you disagree with us. We're not that type of show. But do you think they mailed it in? Because Memorial Day weekend, all that. Do you think they mailed it in? They're like, oh, let's just have fun. Let's be stupid. No one's watching. Or do you think they're like, no, let's try it. Let's do it. Do you think they were like motivated behind it?
I think they were trying. I think this is their trying.
Go back to next week, please. Next, you got King Barrett versus Ryback. The mid-carders have a lot of great wrestlers that seem to be stuck. I don't know if that's with the mid-card. Because, if you watch New Japan, if you watch Dragon Gate, if you watch Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor in its prime, it seems like none of their mid-carders are stuck. In WWE, there's a lot of guys, including King Barrett and Ryback, that's like, you're a mid-carder and you're just stuck. Am I wrong for feeling that way?
No, I think it's just WWE Creative doesn't have the time to come up with ideas for everyone. So you end up with Vince focusing on one or two people, and that's it.
And if you like big men that hustle, if you like big men that are going to put some effort in, I could see you being a fan of King Barrett versus Ryback. I can. Now, here's my problem with it. It's just that the King of the Ring seems completely worthless. Ryback was injured, and he had his excuse. Why didn't King Barrett go over? It just seems like, oh, he's King of the Ring. It's time for him to lose. And if you want, I said this with New Japan. New Japan's mid-card titles mean a lot. And the reason they mean a lot is because it means a lot in the company. I think they want King of the Ring and they want Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal to be important, but as soon as someone wins that, they're like, oh, well, you won it. You can lose forever. And that might work with Money in the Bank, because even if you lose a million times at Money in the Bank, you can come back and be like, I'm champ, fuckers, especially if it's a heel. But when you're King of the Ring and you lose, there's nothing. It just makes King of the Ring look weak. And the same thing with Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. If you want these things to be important and air it on your network, they have to be important. And to me, it's just, I thought this was a huge booking mistake. Ryback has an injury. King Barrett is King of the Ring. Now, granted, Ryback's a fighting kangaroo, and I'm happy he got me the points. But with that said,
sell out.
Why wouldn't Barrett win this? Like, there's some things on this show, you're just like, all right, are you trying to book bad on purpose?
It's because you're rebuilding Ryback, man. Ryback impressed Stephanie McMahon last week when he cut her off during his promo. So now he's going to win.
I just think it was
all the time.
All right, so Triple H and Stephanie, they gloat about Ambrose being sent to jail, and the Entourage crew come in. When I saw the Entourage crew, I haven't seen Entourage in a long time. Who was the general manager who got fired?
Dude, we went over this, remember? I never watched Entourage.
Is the general manager returning? I was like, what the fuck? That guy's returning? Fuck, what's his name?
Brad Maddox.
Who does the Entourage guy look like?
Brad Maddox.
Damn.
It's Brad Maddox.
Brad Maddox. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. I thought it was Brad Maddox. Like, the Entourage crew came out. I was like, holy shit, Brad Maddox is back. I was like, oh, fuck, I haven't watched Entourage in a while. The Entourage crew meet up with them. They mention Ronda Rousey's in the movie. They plug the movie tremendously. They just keep plugging it. Like, it's a 30-second promo to, like, movie. It's basically an ad. And then Stephanie gets mad and kicks them out. So that's about it. I mean, that was okay. But here's the part. Maybe it's because I'm a huge Arrow mark. Stardust versus Neville happens next. And Arrow's sitting front row. And just, no. I don't know. I just care more about Arrow than Entourage. And I think
I wish he had been the host tonight, to be honest.
Yeah. And not only that, but, like, they just barely showed him. Like, it was like the worst appearance ever. But in JBL's defense, he did drop 9,000 Arrow references. So myself a Barry Horowitz.
Yeah, JBL's clearly a fan.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty decent. The match was short as shit. I don't know what's going on with Stardust. Like, sometimes it looks like he's going to get a big push, and then it's like they forget about him. It's just, once again, mid-Carter's just being stuck.
Who does?
You were going to say something?
Who does?
Stardust. Doesn't it look like 1 minute he's going to be a legit high mid-card star, and then next minute he's like, no, you're fucking gone forever.
See, I thought Stardust was going to be great when he first debuted, and then after 2 weeks I accepted I was never going to give a shit about him. And it hasn't changed.
So, all right, well, there you go. Neville does win. It's a very short match. Very, very short match. And here's the thing. A lot of people with Neville are like, oh, he's not good of a wrestler. He only has one spot. Now, give him time. He's a good wrestler. Give him time.
I am kind of bored of Neville, though.
Really? I don't think I'm bored.
Yeah, he doesn't have any story or anything, really. He's just like a dude going out there, putting on an okay match, doing the same moves every week. He's John Cena, except he does flips right now.
Well,
he could be so much more.
Does it feel like it's like, oh, Daniel Bryan's hurt. Here you go. Playing the part of Daniel Bryan is Neville. Doesn't it feel like they're just throwing Neville out there to be like, see? He's like,
yeah, kind of.
Right? I don't know. It has a dirty, you're only here to fucking fill Daniel Bryan's spot. And when Daniel Bryan comes back from recording his 5-hour NRG shows and he fixes his shoulder, you're fucking out. I don't know. It just has a weird feeling to that. But I think Neville's a lot better. And hopefully they build him up and it is something. But Bo Dallas does come out of his way, hits, basically drop kicks his knee, gives him a speech, and then heads out. So we got to see Bo Dallas. We got to see Neville. We got to see Stardust. We got to see Arrow. And this was like, yay! I like everything. Oh, it's over? Like, that's what it felt like, didn't it? It's like, I like this guy, I like this guy, I like this guy, I like this guy. Oh, it's over?
See, I didn't think it was that great. Like, I was like, the Arrow part I liked, but that was about it.
Yeah, but I liked everyone involved. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was good. I just liked everyone involved. So next, the Entourage is backstage. There was some We Want Zack Ryder chants throughout the night. The Entourage crew is hanging out with the Divas. They're like, we watch Total Divas. I'm like, come on. Really? You watch Total Divas every week? Come on. You're the Entourage. You don't have to lie to get the puss. You know what I mean? It's just your Entourage. You're stars. I don't picture Entourage lying and being like, hey, yeah, I watch your shit all the time.
But that's because in the WWE, the Divas are the biggest stars there can be.
You're probably right. But I guess Eric is the one that was talking to him, but Eric is talking to Ryder, and they're like, we got something big before the Coliseum shuts down. And then the guys leave the Divas to hang out with Zack Ryder. And then that's it. So, next we see Lana and Dolph backstage talking. And then next we have Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus, which, I don't know. Is it safe to say this is match of the night? There's not much to choose from.
No, it's not match of the night.
I think it's my early pick for match of the night. I might change my mind, but
my match of the night already happened.
Tell me that you're not going to mention the Shield tag match.
I'm going to mention the Shield tag match.
Oh,
the Shield tag match. It was pretty good.
All right. Sheamus does get the win. Rusev comes out afterwards and attacks him. I thought it was match of the night. I throw Sheamus under the bus a lot, but I think he's really been hustling a lot lately. So excited about that. I think Dolph Ziggler is one of the best in the company right now, possibly in the business. I don't know. That opens it up to a whole nother debate, but I think he's one of the best. A lot of people say Cesaro, and it's one of those arguments that I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking not. I'm not gonna say Cesaro isn't awesome. I just think right now Ziggler's the best in the business. I'm best in the company.
Wow.
Well, that's why he's the captain of Fighting Kangaroos. And
yeah. You're wrong, but
So, all right. So there you go. It wasn't a bad match. They hustled. They put some effort into it. And after the match, Rusev comes out and beats the piss out of him while Lana just watches. And I don't know. It's three awesome entertainers, two awesome wrestlers. I think Rusev's awesome, for his style, for being a heel. And it's just like, this is the fucking story they use. This is the story they use. And the thing is, should we be complaining? Like, WWE is putting out bad stories on a holiday episode, but they're using better athletes. So is that something that is a plus? I don't know. All right, boom, boom, boom. Let's go through some live comments real quick. And if we miss any, we do apologize. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. I should have had this already set up. This is my fault. This is technically by me. Thumbs up 12. Thumbs down 1. Yeah, for us.
God, that's Boom Boom.
It's
gotta be Boom Boom.
There's one guy. I don't know if it's him. But there's always one guy that thumbs down us because I'm not making this up. Boom Boom messed up pay-per-view profits once, and people got fucking super angry. And one guy got super angry because he messed it up and he really won, he was totally won, but he didn't win because Boom Boom messed up the score. He subscribes to all the other YouTubers, like I guess that's our competition, and emails us every fucking week to say that he thumbs down all our videos. And I'm always, you know what? That kind of makes me happy because when I see one thumbs down, I'm like, it might be him.
I know he's dedicated at least.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching our videos.
All right. Yep. Well, I don't know how long he watches. He might just minus.
He watches the whole thing.
Malik Douglas. Happy Memorial Day, guys. Happy Memorial Day. Jimmy King, hashtag WWE Raw. Appreciate the share. Franielli says, Happy Memorial Day, guys. Welcome back, Rob. This show was a loss. WWE is back to its inconsistent ways.
I don't know. I feel like we didn't have to say the show is a loss right after Welcome Back, Rob there, Franielli. Man. Harsh.
It fucking sucked. Here's my thing. Do you forgive them for this show? I know you gave it a weak win, but if there are people that give it a loss, do you forgive them for this show because it's a holiday episode if Elimination Chamber is amazing? Are you like, all right, there you go.
You know it's going to be amazing.
It looks good on paper.
The only thing I'm worried about is that goddamn tag Elimination Chamber match. That's going to be chaos.
So it should be interesting. Should be interesting. Chief Gallus says, better bookers all the time. All right. Power Play says, Rob, are you up for suggestions? Your voice reminds me of a live show voice. Have you ever thought of streaming live and uploading after, like Coco does? I watch either way, but it's easier to build a streaming audience when a recording audience in gaming. People like...
Yeah, I have really shitty internet, though. So I can't actually stream at 720 if I'm playing games. It kind of sucks. People don't really like anything under 720 for YouTube.
Yeah, I never noticed how much the gamer community is really strict on Let's Players. Like, I just thought we played games and high-fived. That is not the case at all.
Nope.
Jan Brower says, hey, Dave, I give the show a tie. I don't think it was horrible, but it wasn't great by any means. Also, show ended with the signing of a fucking legal document. Yes. Also, not enough Kane. Jan Brower's on the Kane bandwagon.
There was probably too much Kane, not enough Ambrose.
Sometimes it didn't even make sense. Like, well, look at the Kane. Kane with the tag team match was just absolutely ridiculous. Power Play.
Let's just talk about when this show got bad. The show was amazing up until Ambrose got arrested. Show not so great. Show became amazing again when Ambrose showed up. What does that tell us? Ambrose the win.
What's Dean Ambrose's little love interest again?
Renee
Young. Yes, Renee Young. I should know that. I think you're more positive on Dean Ambrose in your reviews than Renee Young is.
I'm sorry that I like a great wrestler.
He is good. Power play.
He's actually, I don't think, that great at wrestling.
You're up against Daniel Bryan tonight with the new video package premiere. That's
yeah.
Next week we're up against Stone Cold.
We're losing next week.
We're losing every week, but hey, we're happy that some of you join us. Plus, a lot, we get a couple views after we go off. So it's
who's on Stone Cold anyway?
It's gonna be Paul Heyman.
That should actually be pretty good because Paul Heyman doesn't have a filter.
Well, none of that, but it's also not the man we used to call Jericho. Carl Saldana says, even at my current stage in the military where I want nothing to do with it and focus on my personal goals, I do get very offended every time Cena says something about armed forces, even if it's a positive comment. And the reason why is
it's true.
Because it's dirty demographics. It's just like, come on, bro. That's what it is. And I don't know. I don't hate
Guys, I don't see what the problem is. Everyone knows John Cena fucking basically single-handedly brought democracy to the Middle East.
I normally give him a little bit of slack just because, it's like, at least he's mentioned something. But the all-time worst to this day, like if I ever meet him, I'm like, no. Remember when he went in the ring and cut a promo about someone gave him his Purple Heart? That was by far the all-time low of lows. You know what I mean? Like, dude. Yeah, there was a promo. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but me and Rob, infantry, former veterans. I guess you'd still be veterans. But, dude, that was probably the all-time low. I just, no. Armando Montes says, do you think Joe will ever come on Raw? I hope so, but his contract and what I read online seems kind of weird and interesting.
It would have been great if Joe would have made an appearance last night for the Open Challenge, and then Steen would have came down, and then it would have become a triple threat at Elimination Chamber.
Chief Gallo says, I feel SmackDown won't be bad. I feel it's usually good that one before pay-per-view. That's a maybe. SmackDown might be good. Boom Boom will review it. I don't know. I got to get the love. I got to get my smile back. Carlos Saldana says, Barry Horowitz, indeed. I was like, does WWE actually watches this show? LOL. I would like to believe that. I would like to believe that, but I don't know. They would definitely deny it, though. I mean, you can walk in, Vince McMahon on the shitter, listening to it on his iPod, and you walk in and be like, hey, Vince, you listen to KocoSports? And he would hide that shit more than he would hide fucking porn. No, never. I don't fucking like the internet.
I think he would have just said who.
Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Dan Brower, how the fuck can you say Les Kane is better?
Pretty easily.
Did you watch, Carlos said, did you watch the Lucha Libre World Cup? If so, doing a review. I have not seen it. I've been crazy busy with real life situations, and I normally do a show a day. Maybe if I find a copy, I kind of don't want to steal it, but at the same time, I heard they were charging like $190 by mistake. It was like supposed to be $19, and they were charging people $190, and that shit scares me. I would love to. It's just I promise you, real life got in the way more this weekend than ever. Even now, real life is really getting in the way. So I hope to catch it, and if we do it, maybe we'll do a review. I heard it was awesome. I read the results, but yeah, I apologize to Carlos. The real reason is just real life got in the way. I almost didn't do Raw review, but I was like, no, I got to. That's kind of like our thing or something. Total Nonstop Action says, no, Joe will simply not a good show. Hashtag Raw is trash. Hashtag let NXT loose.
I don't know if the person with TNA for a name should be throwing stones at Raw.
Yeah, you're
not like it's Lucha Underground coming here.
Rob, do you even watch TNA? You are.
I'm just saying, a little harsh on the hashtag Raw sucks, considering TNA's the numbers say a lot.
focus on WWE because I am banning you from talking about TNA unless you watch it. That's my rule.
I watched fucking the first 30 minutes. No, the first hour of that one show. It was awful.
That right there.
They told me it was Night of Knockouts. I saw like 2.
All right, let's get 2 more comments from Carlos. Then we'll go back to reviewing. We will try to hit all your live comments. I'm hoping to be done in 55 minutes. Carlos says, according to my sources, Ricochet said no to a WWE tryout and signing with TNA. The source, well, is my 14-year-old little brother, who's even a bigger TNA guy than me. LOL. All right, I guess you could say, if you say according to my sources, you could say anything. All right. According to my sources, my 8-year-old son says if they're not wearing masks in pro wrestling, it doesn't count. That's what my sources say. Carlos says, what was Will Ferreira? He's actually pretty decent. Yeah. The Ring of Honor guy. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. When we get back, Rage Against PG, you are the first comment. Please keep them coming. Let's go back to breaking this down. Thank you all. I know it's a holiday. I know there's other options, and I know we're not the best. I'm the best salesman in the business, Rob. So we appreciate you being a part of our community. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Next is John Cena's U.S.
Making me wonder if I should be here.
Like what? Daniel Bryan on the network? Yeah. Oh, well, we fight the good fight. We fight the good fight. You can only focus on what you do. You can't focus on what your competition does.
That's right.
Better. All right, we're back for break. The WWE US Champion John Cena is there. They're chanting the songs, all that stuff, and then the entourage comes out. I knew everyone knew what was going to happen, but I was still sitting there like turtle. You knew what was going to happen. You know, you didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure this one out. But how fucking great would it have been if it's like Turtles taking the challenge? I think Turtle's my favorite just because that's the best nickname ever. If it wasn't for Entourage, I'd tell people to call me Turtle.
Dude, I didn't know you were even talking about the show. I thought you were just chanting Turtle for no fucking reason. I'm like, what is he wanting to happen?
Turtle. Oh, man. But no, Zack Ryder comes out, and you know what? WWE has really shit on Zack Ryder. When WWE tells a young guy in FCW or NXT, bust your ass and become a star because once you make it on your own, you know, you'll get the brass ring. You know, the brass ring speech, even Jericho, all those guys. Zack Ryder is the perfect example of you're full of shit. You know what I mean? I believe this from the bottom of my heart. I don't think their success on social media would have been nothing without Zack Ryder. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And you can disagree, agree. You know, it's just my strong opinion here. Just like there would be no Attitude Era without ECW. I believe if it wasn't for Zack Ryder, there would never have been a WWE network. And I just believe that. I think his success, a lot of people, you know, I don't know if you were watching at the time, but he just was amazing on social media. And he busted his ass and he got over. And they fuck. You know what I mean? And he got like legit depressed. You know, he's like, I'm just done doing YouTube. I'm done fucking doing this shit. And I just don't fucking blame him, you know? It's hard. It's hard to be a Dolph Ziggler and bust your ass for a company that sucks. You know, it really is. And I just feel bad for him. But with that said, and WWE fucking him, it's his hometown. It's the last time the arena there. He comes out with the entourage. Like, it was one of those things. Yeah, you fucked this guy good, but at least you left a mint on the pillow. This was the mint on the pillow. You know what I mean? This was the cab fare you throw on the thing. He got to wrestle in front of his home crowd. He got to be a part of it, and I just thought that was pretty classy by WWE. You know, when Zack Ryder's story is done, written, no one got fucked harder. You know what I mean? It's pretty hard to select a guy that got fucked harder than Zack Ryder. I'm sure you can, you know, with injuries and all that shit. But as far as, like, just proving that you can become a star on your own to your fucking line bullshit. You know what I mean? The brass ring. It's just crazy. But you know what? I was happy for Zack Ryder. And not only that, but there was a part of me back in the day, in the territory days and the NWA days. Ric Flair would go from territory to territory, local thing, and he would defend the title against anyone. And sometimes Ric Flair would defend the title against, a Zack Ryder of the time. You know what I mean? But Ric Flair would go and fight Zack Ryder or wrestle Zack Ryder and put on like a 5-star match, 60 minutes to be like, oh, fuck, can you believe Zack Ryder almost beat the champion? I was kind of hoping that from John Cena. It wasn't a bad match, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I would have respected Cena a lot more.
To be fair to Cena, he's put over 2 people in a row like the last 2 weeks.
That is true. I am a huge John Cena hater, but this is the best John Cena's ever been in his career.
Like, he's been putting over so many people, and even with Ryder, he didn't just squash him.
Yeah. If he just squashed him, that would have been horrible. But I was hoping for more. I was hoping for like, wow, can you believe it? And I guess, he did what he did, and it could have been a million times worse. I was just like, that would have been something special. You know what I mean?
See, I like the way they did it because of the fact that they basically got him set up as a gatekeeper. Casual fans can watch, and based off how someone does off John Cena, they can determine in kayfabe how good this person's supposed to be. Like, is this guy supposed to be a main eventer with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? They can tell right away. They're supposed to be. And then we all know Ryder's not supposed to be a main eventer. He's not that good.
Yeah, he's not that good, but at the same time, you can't go around telling young athletes to get yourself over because there's a benefit to it. Yeah, you just need to stop saying that because it's just not true.
He's not really over anymore. I feel like he would have had a better chance of match coming a while back then.
It's in the back going, fucking I tried. Hopefully I don't get fired. You know what I mean? He pretty much just sits in the back going, I hope I don't get fired. Like him and JTG would have their special little fucking closet. They're not gay, but just hiding. You know what I mean? Well, not that I know of. They'd have their special little closet. And dude, if no one sees us, no one can fire us. JTG's like, motherfucker. And Zack Ryder's like, don't tell him I'm here. Shh.
Except Zack Ryder keeps making tweets and complaining all the time. He's lucky Vince doesn't read Twitter.
Oh, man. And afterwards, Cena helps up Ryder, raises his hands, fans pop. It's a good moment. Entourage and all that. But then Kevin Owens comes out. The shit out of him. Really exciting moment. And then steps on the U.S. belt again. I'm surprised that didn't get more heat than, maybe it's we love Owens too much. But I was surprised stepping on the U.S. title didn't get more heat. Just because, people are like, you step on my flag, you should leave. And that's kind of the attitude going around the world right now. And
yeah, but if it's John Cena with the flag, people are like, whatever, dude. If it gets John Cena out of here, do what you want, man.
So, yeah, I was just kind of shocked it didn't get more heat. But it's exciting, and it's fun, so hopefully... And I like, but I'm nervous, but kind of excited for the Owens-Cena match. It's like, I wonder what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
I'm actually more excited for that than I think anything but one match.
Yeah, and it's got that feel to it that this could be fucking so horrible or this could be so great. You know what I mean? And I just hope they at least try to find a middle ground.
Is it just me, or does this have a huge chance to just completely kill all of Owens' momentum right now?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, they're not going to see it that way, but the rest of the people
if they make Cena look too good, it takes away how badass they're booking Owens in NXT.
Yeah. It's kind of like the people inside the WWE tent are going to be fine, but everyone outside the WWE tent is going to be pissed on from outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Stephanie, Triple H. Man, there was a lot of fucking Stephanie and Triple H this show.
Stephanie.
I don't know. Like, I like her tits and I like her power, but I don't know. There's something about her that just doesn't do it for me. Like ECW Stephanie McMahon, that's the cat's meow. But nowadays, Stephanie McMahon, and I like older women. I like MILFs. I assure you. I love older women.
Hi, Layla.
Yeah, oh, Layla. When Layla's 98, she's just going to be a fucking shining beacon of beautifulness. But I love older women. Something about Stephanie just doesn't do it for me anymore. Yeah, so
Maybe it's you've been wearing a tiger mask a little too much.
no. I mean, there's other women. It's don't go that route. I assure
I'm just saying.
you know, is the cat's meow like
A
Lana?
little too much tiger mask, man. A little too much tiger mask.
You know, one person is laughing their ass off.
If she looked like a shoe or a cake or something, all over it.
All right. First off, you're a disgusting man. And second off, these are way too many inside jokes. We don't want to scare off the new ones. So basically, Renee Young gives an update, and that's it. That's it. And then they show what happened earlier. This seemed a little fucking forced. They're like, some random person, employee, uploaded this to YouTube, and it's like, come on. Just be like, we have another angle. Like, they tried to make it viral and realistic, and it just came off silly. They're like, some employee from the arena fucking uploaded this on their phone, and it went straight to WWE YouTube page, and we were hacked, and it was so fucking ridiculous.
What would have been better is if they had done it, if they had someone, if they were smart enough to have foresight, the better way to do it, they could have done the same thing, is just have one dude take a cell phone and record during that segment, boom, upload that video onto a new account called like WWE like Key Grip, and fucking have them reference it and pull it up and be like, oh man, it's up there. And then it's on YouTube, it's got continuity. It's blah,
on WWE's official account. That's where you're like, come on.
Yeah, that's where it gets stupid.
All right, next, and not only, but I have one thing to complain about here. Do you notice a pattern that the John Cena Open Challenge happens, and then somehow, some way, the Bellas are next? Too much, man. Too much. I understand we need John Cena. I understand we need the Bellas. I understand,
Can we split them up, though?
I understand the world needs cancer. I understand that bad
Maybe they're doing it, though, so that I can turn off the show for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I just break that shit up, man. You can't be like, here's John Cena Open Challenge. We're like, all right, we survived, and here's his girlfriend, Come on, man. Too much. But and the Bellas they're not even in the match. They're just doing commentary. And how is this still a good idea? Like, I understand doing this once. I understand doing it maybe twice, like 3 months later. But the Bellas are on commentary like 24/7. You know what I mean? It's just, how do they not know they're not good? And you can be like, well, Vince McMahon likes bad stuff, so you can talk about it. But, Vince McMahon also loves to fuck casual fans. If you're a casual fan, barely anything about WWE product, and you see Snookiverse page, you're like, wow, okay, attractive women going at it. And then you hear the Bellas talking. That's enough for me to change the channel.
Yeah, their voices are so bad.
And if you don't believe it, I know this is going to be, people are going to make fun of me for this, but I have a daughter, and we watch women's judo and women's basketball together. And, it's not that bad, Please don't make fun of me too much. But could you imagine, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll check out women's basketball. I have a daughter. Why not? This is kind of cool. That you could show women can do anything. Hashtag give women a chance or something. But the Bellas are doing commentary. You know what I mean? It's no. It's not good. It's just not good.
An instance of the Bellas' voices ruining something is probably the best promo that's happened in the Divas division that I can think of was AJ Lee's promo where she basically tore the entire Total Divas cast as apart. And she was up at the top of the ramp, they were all in the ring, and the entire time Nikki and Brie are screaming without mics, say it to our face, say it to our face, for like the whole promo. You can watch that video on their YouTube, and they still ruin the whole promo.
And this is why, a lot of people are like, oh, it's for the kids. I have a 13-year-old daughter studying for finals, just busting her ass. I'm so proud of her. She's so much smarter and better than me. But
Asian daughter.
what? Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes.
That's the stereotype, though.
Oh,
She's studying crazy hard.
Rob's internet connection is dropping. Now, James Legend used to say that because, like, she's an honor roll student and does martial arts, but we used to live in America, and James Legend was like, oh, so you're raising her to be the ultimate stereotype.
Yeah, James Legend knew what you were doing. We're both on to you.
Yeah. But now that we live in Japan, it's not as noticeable. But
yeah, everyone's like, oh, she's normal here.
But, it's for the kids. It's supposed to be this. Dude, I would never let my daughter watch the Total Divas. I would never let her watch women's wrestling. Like, how are these, they're like powerful role models.
Whoa, you'd never let her watch women's wrestling?
No, well, women's WWE wrestling.
You wouldn't let her watch NXT?
I'd let her watch NXT. I let her watch Sexy Star. I let her watch Stardom. There's wrestling. So
what about Evilise?
I meant WWE, the Divas wrestling. I just wouldn't. Look at it. Would you want your daughter, and I know it's fun to be a feminist these days. Like, you're like, yay, I'm a feminist, but really, would you want your daughter to be these people? Look at Ronda Rousey. Look at Sexy Star. Look at Kana. These are women that you're like, oh, okay, they can look up to those women. How can you look up to the Bellas in any way?
Yeah, you look up to them and you're like, look, Daddy, if I grow up, all I have to do is sleep with John Cena.
Oh, great. Here we go again. Moving on.
I'm just saying, that's the message it sends.
Yeah. Naomi and Tamina look at the... fucking... It happens. Who gives a shit? Next, this is the worst segment of the night, and I don't care if Jan Bauer fucking doesn't like it. This was the worst use of a match, Kane, and booking ever. Ever. The New Day come out.
I don't know. I don't know about the worst booking of Kane ever. We all remember the Lita pregnancy story, right?
Oh, I do. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but remember when Lita... Well, my daughter, speaking of my daughter, man, this is how... My daughter was born, and I snuck out... And by the way, every time I tell this story, St. Pete General Hospital has the worst fucking nurses in the world. Never let it go. I hope one day... I hope one day I become famous so that I can fucking say that on CNN. St. Pete General Hospital has the worst fucking nurses in the world. Moving on. So everyone's sleeping, baby sleeping, mom sleeping, all that. I'm like, okay, let me go check out some Monday Night Raw. I turn it on, I'm with another dad, and we both complain. We're like, dude, how fucking horrible are these nurses? Dude, one flies over the cuckoo nest had better fucking nurses than this fucking hospital. And so we complain about nurses, and I'm watching Raw, and he's like, oh, I haven't watched this since I'm a kid. I'm like, yeah, if I can do a radio show, whatever. We're starting a thing. And Lita and Kane are about to get married. And he's like, oh, this is kind of interesting. I'll watch it. I'm like, dude, no, let's just watch whatever you want to watch. Because I'm embarrassed now, you know what I mean? And he's like, no, this looks stupid. I want to see where it goes. I'm like, listen, dude, I love pro wrestling. I don't know who you are. And this is going to be the most embarrassing moment of my fucking life. If I pay you $20, will you just change the channel and watch whatever you want to watch? And he goes, make it $40. I paid the guy $40 fucking dollars, and we watched fucking drag racing for the rest of the night. So yeah, this isn't the Kane worst angle. I wouldn't pay someone $40 not to watch this. I literally paid someone $40 not to watch that wedding. But it was the most horrible book ever, because Kane's a bad guy or tweener or whatever, but he comes out looking like a bad guy. New Day's finally getting their shit together, and then they're like, oh, let's throw in them against a 10-on-3 handicap match. And you're just like, why? Why did Kane have to be there? And
listen, I'll tell all the Kane fans something.
And it ends in
Kane may not be the devil's favorite demon anymore, but he's damn sure Teddy Long's.
Yeah. But here's the thing, too. It's just, Why? Why didn't they just brawl for no fucking reason? Why did Kane have to come out there? Why? Like, New Day was given a shitty gimmick. 3 great athletes with a shitty gimmick turns it around. Even though
Turns it
Xavier's
around.
the dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. But, like, why? Why did any of this happen? Why? It was so fucking horrible. I'm going to say, I don't know. I have a short-term memory, but I'm going to say something, and if you disagree or can prove me wrong, then I'll back off from the statement. I honestly think this is the worst book segment in all of pro wrestling this year. Can you think of one that was...
Hold on, I gotta think. Hold on.
And Internet Inventory, if you got a segment that was booked worse, any company, even the indies, fuck it.
TNA, the Night of Knockouts, which didn't actually feature a whole night of knockouts.
Nope, this is still way
The
worse.
false advertising?
Way worse.
Ruined your chance, TNA.
Way.
Now that's why you're going out of business.
I'll throw TNA under the bus, but there's nothing. And I'll throw TNA under the bus when they deserve it. Some people like Rob just want to throw them under the bus to be cool. But
They said Night of Knockouts. It was not Night of Knockouts.
by far the worst thing I've seen in a really long time. It's just... I mean, did they just go out there and Kane be like, hey, Kane, go fucking fill up some time. New Day's out there.
I don't know. Ambrose fucking losing to Wyatt because he electrocuted himself was probably worse.
All right.
Or when Wyatt interfered in Rowan's Ambrose, and that was how they ended the feud for a year.
Yeah, but I don't think that was this year.
That was within the last year.
All right, I guess...
Because it was after Money in the Bank, remember?
Yeah, you're right. The fucking intelligence is pretty goddamn bad. You ever notice Kane's always attached to this? We're like, and that's why it shocks me that there's really Kane fans. We're like, let's think of the worst storylines ever. And like, we've already got like 19 deep Kane. We didn't even, you know what I mean?
Kane. How is he popular? Who? God damn it.
A lot of Daniel Bryan tonight. You had the Daniel Bryan commercial. You had the DVD. And then he's announced for Miz to be an Elimination Chamber. And I love Daniel Bryan, but it's time. A lot of people are like, oh,
You think he's retiring at Elimination Chamber?
I don't think he wants to, but I think he should. I don't think he should have ever came back the first time.
So what do you think the announcement is?
I don't fucking know. Knowing WWE, the announcement is, I'm fucking in the tournament tonight. I won.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, it's going to be something stupid.
I want my title tonight. And they're like, you sure? And like during the Miz TV segment, they're actually duct taping his shoulder. He goes out there, he wins the title, and then 24 hours later, he's like, hey, listen, the doctor said it was a bad idea to duct tape my arm back to my body.
I gotta give you guys this belt back again.
Oh, man. I love you, Daniel Bryan. I just feel so bad for you. All right.
What would be great is if when they do, this is how they should start the new non-PG era. John Cena does the open challenge. Necro Butcher comes and kicks a cart full of weapons down to the ring.
We'll save that for the Dream announcement. For those wondering where Dream is, we have a huge announcement, TNA style. So, hopefully, can we do the podcast tomorrow around this time?
I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty far in the future.
All right. Basically, the Authority comes out, says he doesn't have a contract. Roman Reigns' music hits. They get the boast of Roman Reigns. Which, you know what? Roman Reigns is doing the right thing to be rebuilt. He's helping people.
Yep. They're doing everything I kept saying they needed to do.
Make him more human. Get him with Dean Ambrose. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, put him with Dean Ambrose and he'll get over. That's all they had to do.
Oh, well, it looks like it's working, but we'll talk more Roman Reigns later because I think someone asked a question about it earlier. And basically, Dean Ambrose comes out in a police wagon dressed up as a police officer. First off, the uniform, even though it was cheesy, it got a giggle out of me.
I loved it. He came out with the hat on. Come on, that was great.
JBL had a great line. He's like, "That's
it's the captain."
Yeah. It was just attitude error. You know what I mean? It was like, could you just picture JR going, Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold? And I don't know. It's just the worst.
To me, that's not a bad thing.
And then he signs the contract and it goes off the air. Overall, if you like cheese, storyline, sports entertainment, this is your cup of tea. If you liked last week in pro wrestling, not so much. Not so much.
If you like Dean Ambrose, tonight was pretty great.
So, all right, let's rock. Oh, hold on, we got the new Raw graphic. We got it. I'm gonna change the new Raw graphic. Hold on, I just got it from Jerry. Hold on, let me see if I can change this.
Oh, so you've heard from Jerry, the ghost.
Yeah. I'll talk to you off air about it. There you go, for those that haven't seen it. There we go. It's so fucking ridiculous. It's awesome.
So good. It's so stupid. It's so good. I love Ambrose.
All right. We got exactly 30 minutes to get to comments, and then we got to wrap this bad boy up. If it gets too late, just tap out. All right?
Okay.
All right. A lot of happy Memorial Days on Google Plus and there.
You don't have to read all those, please.
Yeah, we appreciate the kind words. We really do.
We do, but we don't want Dave to read all those.
At TNO Ovi89 says, I bet $200 on John Cena to retain the U.S. title on Raw. # easy money. Jan Brower and Joe O'Hara at Joe O'Hara Comedy and at @Jan Brower liked us and tweeted us. Much love. Appreciate it. And next, we're going to YouTube. We said we'd continue with Rage Against PG. Wow, this is a long comment. This was a rough Raw. Wasn't much of a fan of the arrest angle, but was even less of a fan of the handout cam clip. That whole segment was ridiculous. It made Rollins look like a buffoon. Glad to see Owens made it on this show with a new T-shirt as well. Yet I'm still excited for the Elimination Chamber. Now for some questions. What is the best finisher, the Rollins-Ambrose match? Any gimmick match ideas you think should be implemented in the pro wrestling mainstream? Are you still working on that book podcast with pro wrestling promoters sharing secrets of the biz? How do I apply for the expansion team? The website is very hard to navigate, but it's sure shiny and it gets a pass from me. There's so much I'd like to shoot on. There's so much. Rob knows how much I want to shoot on this. I don't want to say bad stuff about my friends. We're working on it. As far as your first question, are you Rage Against PG, Rob? You're like, I'm gonna go.
No. But it's great.
There's a civil war. We are Iron Man and they are Captain America. There is a civil war going on with KocoSports, hopefully. As far as the book goes, I've written 4 books, but I'm trying to get it through a publisher. So, and there's not that, I don't know, it's weird. It's fiction, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And there is pro wrestling books, but not yet. And there is pro wrestling references in it, but they're definitely not pro wrestling books. But I hope you enjoy it. I really do.
What about the one about booking?
Yeah, sure. What type of? I guess he's asking what type of matches would you like to come back and finish?
No. He was saying you were talking about some idea about booking tips and stuff like that.
I'm confused.
I don't know. There was some mention of an idea where you do booking tips.
What is the best finish for Rollins Ambrose match? I honestly, I know this is gonna fucking hurt Ambrose fans. I think Rollins needs to start getting clean victories.
Yeah, Rollins has to win.
Yeah, and
in my opinion, Rollins wins this, and then they keep on feuding. They feud into a Battleground. He wins Battleground again, and then you have Ambrose win the Money in the Bank contract.
All right, and the next question he asked: any gimmick match ideas you think would be help make pro wrestling mainstream? Hear me out. I'll go first. You might have it, but I'll go first. There's this idea that I have. All right, it hasn't been done on mainstream television for a while. It's called a pro wrestling match. It's a one-on-one with a clean victory, and the announcers talk about the actual match like it's a sporting competition.
What is that? I don't think that would ever work.
I don't know. I'm always a big fan of ladder matches, but they have ladder matches. I don't know. I don't think.
Well, we all know Vince Russo's sitting at home screaming, title on a pole, title on a pole.
Yeah. At the WWE level, it's almost like, oh, that's an awesome idea for a match. They'll fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's do a scaffold match.
Dude, scaffold matches were the most amazing thing about my childhood. They were just amazing. I just remember scaffold matches going, are you fucking for real? This is gonna happen? But it was like the most dangerous fucking thing in the world. And the first scaffold match, like from my memory, this is all from my memory. Wrestling Ranton, he's a historian. You can subscribe to him. He remembers stuff a lot better than me. I just remember the first one was so fucking high. Like it was just like, what the fuck? The scaffold match was so high, and by like the last one, it was like above the top rope.
You know what they need to do? They do a scaffold match. They put the scaffold up like about, like 15, 20 feet above the ring. Now we have Brock Lesnar. He stays inside the ring. If you fall off the scaffolds, he's gonna beat the shit out of you. That's the penalty for losing. Now, up top, Seth Rollins against Daniel Bryan. Scaffold match for the title. Loser gets beaten up by Brock Lesnar.
Nice! You're asking for a death match. I don't know, like, it's one of those things, there's so many great ideas for gimmicks. Just, besides the Royal Rumble, WWE probably...
Oh, I think it's just me. All right, so technical difficulties. Beep bop boop bop beep bop ba doo bop boop boop ba da ba. Technical difficulties.
Can you hear
I
me?
don't know where it went. Oh, hey, what's up?
Nothing much. The internet went out for 5 seconds, and then I came back. I'm glad the broadcast wasn't stopped.
It's okay. I did the technical difficulty song.
Gotcha.
You're all pretty happy right now.
No
I
problem.
don't know where you really went.
Hear this. We definitely have to get Dean Ambrose back up there.
Yeah, that's got to stay up there. That's important.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like you could at least name it.
Oh, yeah. Name. Hold on. Our site is shiny. There you go. And I think I misspelled shiny.
That side is shiny.
There you go. All right. How will Roman Reigns ever truly win over the crowd, and how? I just think what they're doing, they got to make him more human. He can't be playing the part of John Cena. He has to be himself, and to be that, he just has to be more human.
What they've been doing with him since Mania, basically, has been really good.
Yeah. All right. Carlos Sandela says, I just want a good wrestling show with badass heels that win feuds clean. Old guard putting young talents very while still being relevant. And my God, please give me some good women's wrestling. Learn from NXT and shine. Carlos, give yourself a Barry Horowitz and a thumbs up, because that was, home run with that one. Mickey S. Kid, really enjoyed Raw tonight, and happy Memorial Day, and give JBL a Barry Horowitz. Yes, indeed. Power play. So you get arrested for punching a guy in a job where they're almost always getting hit and nobody else gets in trouble but him. Yeah, but in WWE's defense, it does seem ridiculous, but in WWE's defense, he's just a cameraman. You know what I mean? Like, if it was another athlete, I don't think they could press charges. But, you can't go around just punching cameramen. Who do you think you are, Del Rio? Oh, that's a Johnny Mundo joke. I owe Johnny Mundo 10 fucking Barry Horowitzes.
Johnny who?
Johnny Mundo?
No, if they're outside Raw, they don't exist. Damn it, focus.
Oh, sorry. Raymond Jameson says, Dave is right. It seemed like every other month Stone Cold either getting arrested or having some affiliation with the cops. With Dean, I guess I don't mind it, but you've seen it too many times for it to be fresh.
I just want to say, like, how sweet would it be if Dean goes on, he wins Money in the Bank, keeps harassing Rollins for the whole year, then Reigns wins the Rumble, and then Ambrose cashes in the contract to turn it into a triple threat. I just want a triple threat, like, with all of them.
I know, like, here's the thing. I want a triple threat. I think everyone wants a triple threat, and maybe they're saving that for WrestleMania. But how much were you? Because you've been away from the podcast, just doing your own little journey and stuff. How much were you disappointed when it was a triple threat with Orton?
I was so upset. I was glad Orton sort of like removed himself from the equation for like 10 minutes. I was like, yeah, thanks, Orton. This is what I wanted to see.
Like, I just picture you, because I had the same reaction, but you are a way bigger Shield fan than me. I just picture you looking at the poster with the 3 Shield numbers going at it, and Randy
Putting
Orton
my hand up over Randy Orton's face.
just screaming at the picture of Randy Orton. No one likes you. You're not supposed to be here.
This isn't your match. Go fight Kane.
All right. Carlos Saldana says there's like 0.1% of Ambrose winning the title. But what if Ambrose actually wins with a stunner a la Stone Cold, since he has been portrayed as a Steve Austin-esque guy? What do you think WWE will do with his reign as champ? I think storyline-wise, Ambrose will get the title taken away, and hopefully some feud progress towards a 3-way match with the Shield guys. I think it's too soon, but I don't know. I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, they won't do... We won't get a triple threat payoff until Mania.
Yeah, and I also think it damages Seth way too much.
Especially, they can't build to it soon because Lesnar's going to be making his return, and we know he's going after Rollins and possibly Reigns. So you can't have them tied up in a triple threat. You have to have them free going into SummerSlam for when he's returning.
Yeah, and I just want to mention something. Check out our friends at Gamers with Friends. They help hook us up with a lot of streams and stuff, and they're really cool. We're going to have a working relationship with them. So if you like video games and Let's Plays, this is more – Let's Plays, Rob, is more – Sudical is more like I'm on an adventure playing the game. They're covering geeky and nerdy news, and they always help us out. So I just want to give them a quick shout-out. Maybe I'll put a link down in the All right. Kevin Ricker says Brad Maddox competed at a house show this past weekend. Lost. Are you there, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like there's like, I don't know, like you're going to be harassed by Dean Ambrose the cop. I don't know. It sounded like there was something going on in the background.
I don't know why. Hold on. I get an idea. I'll be right back.
No problem. Joe O'Hara says, 1, wrong cops at the arena. Nassau Coliseum isn't in New York City, so NYPD has no jurisdiction there. Most people probably didn't notice that, but it irked me. Oh, no. The Internet Infantry chat, the New Yorkers in the chat went absolutely crazy for that. Main event being a gimmick match of 10-on-2. Come on, WWE. Yeah, and then the last segment is also that, so it was kind of crazy. Arrow is bigger than the Entourage guys. He should have been a host and even could probably be a wrestler. Dude is in shape overall. Want to give it a tie, but going to have to do it a slight loss. Yeah, did it not feel with Arrow, did it not feel like, because they didn't give him a nameplate, they didn't really put him up on the screen that much, did it not feel like this was just fan service? Like, you fuckers like him, here he is. Like, did it not feel like that?
No, it felt like, hey, Ambrose is amazing. We want to make the network get over. What would people love to see? Ambrose versus Rollins. Let's put that on. What else would people like to see? John Cena getting destroyed. Let's set that up so that it seems feasible. Put that on there.
Gotcha. I don't know what you were answering, but I was talking about Arrow.
Oh, god damn. I thought you were talking about the Dean Ambrose getting all that stuff. I don't know what's wrong with
you were being...
I thought he was great. I was really disappointed they didn't use him. Like, because he would love to host. He's a huge fan.
But it was like they hid the graphic. They only showed him for a second. Was he on the big screen? It was like... It just seemed like ultimate fan service. Like, here you go. You know what I mean? I don't know. It seemed weird. Because I think people like him. I mean, I love the Arrow. I don't know.
I
Thomas,
like the actor, and his show's great.
and I like, but you also have the Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones. You have a lot of tie-ins. Thomas.
Oh man, what if he finally gets to host Raw when it's time to promote Ninja Turtles?
Oh, that'd be awesome. But hear me out on this one too. Is with him, is that we host a lot of pro wrestling podcasts. I don't think we're breaking news to anyone. And towards the end, comment time, it gets loosey goosey. We talk about whatever. When me and Boom start talking politics or sports, when it gets loosey goosey, people get angry. But when we talk superheroes, the demographic that is wrestling fans don't mind. So I think, I honestly think superheroes and pro wrestling have more of a crossover than I guess WWE thinks they do. Thomas Savosky says Cena was not entertaining. His promo was South Tire dry and U.S. title open challenges predictable kick-out fest followed by the golden shovel. Without Zack Ryder, this match might have been a boo fest and go away heat. The New Day, on the other hand, is very entertaining. Yeah, I'm glad the New Day really turned stuff around. All right, We got 15 minutes and a ton of comments. I just refreshed. We're 21-1. 21-1. 21 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down, 21-1. I think.
Thanks, crazy guy who does the thumbs down. I like you. Keeping us honest.
I got feelings, man. I got feelings.
Shouldn't have upset him.
All right, where the hell are we going? All right, here we go. I'm just going to go super fast. You cut me off, all right?
Okay.
All right. Baby Bella 32A. The episode wasn't great, but am I the only one who thought they were laying the groundwork of pitting Roman Reigns against Dean Ambrose? I just think they're leading to a three-way.
Yeah.
Nick's kid, do you guys know where Randy Orton is, and maybe is he doing a CM Punk? I think Randy Orton is just completely established. And
God, hold on.
Yeah.
You don't think they're going to build toward a Shield triple threat a Shield triple threat at SummerSlam with Lesnar making a surprise return to basically squash the match and fuck it all up, and that's going to lead to them having a reason to reunite the Shield up until Mania to take care of him and all that shit.
I hope not. I honestly want to see the triple threat at Mania. Not, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they would give us the triple threat at Slam, but it would get ruined by Lesnar. And then they would unite. It would be them trying to take out Lesnar up until the Rumble, and then they'd triple threat at Mania.
So there you go. Possibility. I just want to see these three men go at it at Mania.
Wouldn't you love to see the triple powerbomb on Lesnar?
Possibility. Jen Brower says, I think Renee Young should date Kane. Too soon. Total nonstop.
Whoa.
Tag Raw is trash. All in capital letters. Renee Jack are what are we rolling about?
All these harshnesses. Like hashtag Raw sucks in all caps. It's pretty harsh, TNA. Pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Hashtag canceled.
Too soon. Brianna Jackson. Our happy Elimination Chamber is back. I'd rather it go back to being a pay-per-view, but it's being a match at a certain pay-per-view. All right. I don't know. I like if you're having a network, I like original content on the network. I just think they have to improve the network. Here's the thing, and with Elimination Chamber and original shows and an archive, it's like, okay, you're building towards a network. But right now, WWE Network isn't actually a network. Let's be completely honest. WWE Network is a membership area. There's nothing network about it. So, I think it's a step in the right direction. AC Dub Rubs 24! Isn't it odd that detectives that arrested Dean Ambrose are the same that arrested Stephanie McMahon? Son of a bitch. It's a conspiracy.
No, it happened around the same time last year. Clearly, these guys know WWE gets up to shady shit this time of year. They're here.
Power play, please go away, Ryder. Please, you were awesome, and I hate seeing you lose to an ass like him. Gonna anywhere else.
It's true.
He also says I wanted Hornswoggle to beat Cena up for the belt, just because. Total Nonstop Action says hashtag Cena fanboy alert. Woo woo woo. I don't talking about you because if I'm a Cena fanboy, it's just like you get all right.
I didn't even know there were Cena fanboys.
I think there's WWE defenders and
Except player dies.
and not even know, because like when you push the shove to come to him, he's like, "Oh, I'm not a Cena fan." I think there's people that hate internet fans and people that blindly defend WWE, but I don't think there's actual John Cena fans.
I think there are plenty of like 7-year-olds that like him.
Maybe
Kids that are dying of cancer love him.
I honestly think if Cena walks out tomorrow, you can replace him easily.
No. If you're under the age of 15 and you have a terminal illness, you are a John Cena fan.
Yeah, maybe. Monday Night
Is
Raw.
anyone under the age of 15 with a terminal illness who does not like John Cena? Does anyone know someone who does? Let me know in the comments. I just want to know.
And
Does John Cena have a monopoly?
Pop's last broadcast. Monday Night Joe says, "Happy Memorial Day, even the Marine Corps dog sluts. Go Army." Whoa, first
I
year.
like that comment. Who was that from? You need to like that one.
One of us is Marine Corps infantry. The other is Rob.
Yeah, one of us actually was allowed to have nice equipment because we weren't a moron.
Let's save this debate for a Lucha Underground post.
You mean when you give your honorable speech?
I'm a man of my word, but it's going to be on Lucha.
Have you written that speech, by the way?
No, I'll just wing it.
What? No, you got to write a speech, man. That was the deal.
Shinobi Does Anime says, "Just done watching Raw. It's a loss. I felt bad for Rusev. And oh my God, Cena's promo lasted twice as long as his match. And Roman Reigns, Dean felt way too forced. However, I'm excited for Elimination Chamber, but the match-ups are great in my opinion." All right, I agree with that. Nicholas Kidd says, "Cody Rhodes needs to go to Lucha Underground Season 2. I think he would fit.
I hope not. God, stay away, Cody.
All right. AC Ribs 24. Give WWE a Barry Horowitz for mentioning Barry Horowitz. I think that shows they do watch this show. Yeah, I'd like to believe that. But maybe just Barry Horowitz, you know. I love the fact that anytime there's a Barry Horowitz reference, people are like, KocoSports! And you know what? I can die happy with that.
Yeah, we're the Barry guys. Now we need to get Barry Horowitz on to do an intro.
Barry Horowitz actually that would be awesome. Barry Horowitz was actually the first guy that was part of my team when I broke into radio. I was a small...
What? And you can't get Barry Horowitz to come on here and record an intro for you?
Maybe.
Wow, Dave.
No, the problem is, like, this is the problem with Barry Horowitz. I didn't stay in touch with him, so now if I call him out of the blue, he'd be like, what the fuck?
You should be like, listen, man, I do this wrestling podcast, pretty big fan of you now, we like to say things about you, you know, stuff, you should come by, it'd be nice.
We've only had one guest on this version of the show, and that was Mr.
We got a guy that'll take your pants off.
All right, moving on.
Colin wears a tiger mask.
Pump your brakes, dude. Pump your brakes. Colin Day. John Cena must have made a deal with Vince that he will put over a mid-carder, but they have to keep the Bellas on commentary. That would not surprise me at all. To be honest, I did hate the 3-on-10 segments. I'll give you credit there.
What would you say if Owens actually puts on like 5-star match with John Cena, but Nikki Bella's on commentary the whole time going like, look at him, he's not even an athlete, he's just so fat. I'm not even attracted. Like, but look at John.
Say that because it's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen.
Look at how hot John is.
Google
you got that guy fucking Owens.
All right, we only got about 7 minutes. I want to get as many comments as we can. Google screwed up YouTube. Which one of you motherfuckers ate my sandwich? All right, I'm glad we got the comments. I'm glad there was a rush. Colin Day says the announcement is that Jerry is retiring. He is now on commentary. All right.
What, Jerry retired?
I guess. I think he's talking about Jerry Lawler. He spelled it with a J. Jan Brower says, when Roman came out, I thought he was going to sign the contract, and I was like, no! Yeah, there was a part of me that was a little scared of that, too. Monday Night Jewel says, what's with the white pegboard behind Ambrose in the pic? I don't fucking know. I didn't make the graphic. That's on Jerry. Maybe we're selling. I don't know. I got nothing, dude. I'm sorry. Thank you, Monday Night Raw. You stumped the idiot. Hey, Dave, you answer this question? LOL. Lennox Wooderson, loss. Ambrose's story was predictable, but really the only good thing on the show, Cena's match was built up so much and was such a letdown. Owens could have cost him the title. The crowd would have went crazy. That would have been amazing. I thought that was a possibility.
That would have been great, actually.
Too, but if I was glad that Reigns didn't backdoor his way into the main event at the Chamber. I bet he secretly wrote his name anyway and wins the belt. Lennox Wooderson says, does anyone miss Big Show or Orton? No.
Who?
I'd rather see more Owens and Zayn. Maybe NXT can make a trade. I don't know.
No, don't put Kane down there.
No, it was Big Show and Orton.
Oh, don't put Big Show down there. Well, no. Put Big Show down there to work a story with Hideo Itami, and then that's it.
All right. I think this guy checked out your channel. He says, Dave, your buddy's one-man show bit needs more work. Unless that's an insult towards me. I'm missing it. I think
it does.
Rihanna Jackson, Rob, it's just me. Boop, boop, boop. Those 5 seconds were awkward. Oh, I wasn't here when you were off.
Yeah, dude, it was so awkward.
All right. Sorry, man. The internet shut down.
You just disappeared on me. I didn't know what to do. I panicked.
Well, when I have technical difficulties, I always just plug shit. I'm like, well, let me tell you something about Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Dude, how great would it be if Subway or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or like someone sponsored us like that? I don't sell out for money, but I do sell out for peanut butter and chocolate. Kev Eck, what's more crooked, Wade Barrett's toes? Kev Eck, come on. John Cena Schoolboy or image of or Seth Rollins crack?
Can we toss in bonus? John Cena's Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, the crooked nose cop. But in his defense, at least he has his nose. And fucking
True.
FYI, my nose is fake.
What?
Yeah, my nose ain't real. So like I
Really?
can't use someone else's nose. Yeah.
Huh.
When I got injured, the Marine Corps gave me a nose.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I don't have a real nose. But here's the
What'd you
fucked up
do?
part is like
Did they let you like?
I went into like the plastic surgeon, and I was like, "Hey, dude, yeah, can I get to pick my noses?" They're like, "No, we're just gonna give you fucking like." No, they said they were gonna make me look the way I did before. I was like, "Damn, I wanted to look like Tom Cruise."
Did you go? Hold on, wait. Have you seen what I look like before? Let's think about this.
Just a picture of George Clooney.
Yeah, this was me. I mean, a little shorter.
Larry Hammer says, the only way I'm watching the Bellas on my television is when they end up doing porn. All right, well, there you go. There's a lot of mention of Bellas doing porn in Playboy in the Internet Infantry chat. I am Mike Ashman says, Samoa Joe unlocked an achievement via PS4 Xbox style, from ROH to TNA to WWE NXT with the character gimmick untouched. That's amazing. Yeah, and then he mentions Samoa Joe still working in defense. You think Cena and the Bellas will retire around the same time? LOL. I don't think they're ever retiring. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah, they're here forever.
All right, we only got a couple more minutes, so I'm going to try to get some more comments in.
The only way we get rid of the Bellas is if the Bellas just something crazy happens from Hollywood.
We're 23 likes, 1 thumbs down. Not too bad for us.
Not too shabby.
All right. Let's see. Lennox Wooderson says, politics make people angry because it forces them to think. Yeah, and not only that, but the loyalty is so fucking crazy. I don't think it's a force them to think. I just think that they are so loyal to their party that I just find it to be crazy. Like, the loyalty to the party gets me. I see families, best friends break up. And you ever notice this, Rob? We're not going to get in politics too much, but you ever notice, being veterans, if you agree with them that America's #1, if you agree with them that their party is the best for the country, you were great at your job. They don't know if you were good at your job. You were the best.
I don't know because, like, no one I talk to actually is part of my party.
If you say something that they disagree with, they automatically assume you're a bad veteran. Like, I don't think you should judge veterans on your party. But when you say I support veterans, no, you should put a little fucking asterisk or a fucking hashtag or whatever the fuck it is. I support veterans that support my ideas. Because let me tell you something. I've met people and they're like, Dave was one of the best goddamn Marines ever. You're like, I'm an anarchist. He's a fucking scumbag. He was no good at his job. And you're just like, how does my political views change how I served my country? And that's where I think when it comes to politics, people are so loyal. Like, I go on Facebook all the time, like, I told my mom to fuck off and hope she dies. I can't believe she voted for another party. And I'm just like, dude, too much, man. Too fucking much.
Hold on. I gotta ask you a quick question to get off the politics topic.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hot tag.
In the Attitude Era, if you had to pick during the Attitude Era, during their front, like during before Stone Cold broke his neck, do you remember?
Yeah. I got a rough idea.
You have to pick Stone Cold or The Rock. Who would you pick?
As a fan or as a guy to build a company?
As a fan.
Or, as a fan, definitely Stone Cold.
Is it because you couldn't smell what The Rock was cooking?
No, I thought Stone Cold.
Oh, come on, that was a good joke. You don't even laugh at that. You do it serious?
I'm serious. I'm a nerd. No, it's just I thought Stone Cold was the ultimate badass, and I thought The Rock was the ultimate entertainer. And I just went towards the badass more than
it was the joke about, the nose thing. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? No, I don't actually. I don't get this.
I'm with you. Now I get it. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought I got the joke, and I thought it was horrible. But now I have to admit it went over my head, and it was horrible. Platypod 3. We missed you, guy. We haven't seen you in a while. I like seeing Bo Dallas versus Neville, but don't you think Neville should be in Elimination Chamber before before going nowhere? R-Truth. Possible.
Whoa.
But I don't know. I'm a big fan of R-Truth. It's just the
love R-Truth. Listen, there are no ladders in this match. There are no spiders. He is gonna shine.
So, at Kim_Jong Bundy on Twitter liked and tweeted us. I appreciate that. And subscribe YouTube has favored us. So, hopefully, subscribe YouTube subscribes to us. All right. This is by far back-to-back the worst jokes we've ever told ever. Right down the big.
Yes, mine was worse.
We are not stand-up comedians, but never have we ever said two bad jokes back-to-back. Like
you have.
But we didn't even bail on them. Like a lot of times.
I didn't say any. Mine were good.
No, your joke was horrible. It was
Mine was fantastic. You were just upset you didn't get it.
I'm gonna admit it went over my head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna admit that, but it was still horrible.
Nope, it was great.
I am Mike Ashman. Last comment of the night. Any comments that we missed, we'll try to have a Stump the Idiot. I'm trying to get Rob to do a podcast about Dream. We have an announcement about that. All right. I am Mikey says, side note. All right, we can end on a side note. New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Juniors 2015 has been pretty cool so far. Catching up on New Japan, I noticed in the open package, botched Yushin Thunder Liger being billed as born April 24th, 1989. Laugh my ass, yeah. All right, Liger born in 89? Yeah. Liger was born in 1889, 1789 maybe. But yeah, just my real life has been getting in the way of a lot of great pro wrestling, so I just want to apologize. We try to do at least a show a day, and I think this is the longest we've gone in a real long time without doing a show. So hopefully I'll get back on the ball. It's just, dude, I have so much going on in my real life. I'm glad I got to do the show, and Rob, I'm glad you were a part of it. I really am, because like, when you know how it is, when you got a lot of shit going on in your life, sometimes bitching about pro wrestling is a relief, you know? And tonight was one of those nights. All right, thank you all for the comments. If we missed any, we'll definitely do a Stump the Idiot. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel and Rob's channel. Rob, tell the internet infantry what they could do for you, and maybe one last second thought on Monday Night Raw.
Well, last second thought. Wasn't as bad as some people think. I mean, we got to see a lot of good Ambrose segments. Hey, Ambrose. I have a channel. It's SIDUAKAL. It's newish. Well, new with me actively actually doing it. I haven't put a video up lately, but I'm working on that. I have to fix some issues. So yeah. SIDUAKAL. Check it out.
And we're negotiating big time contracts. We're trying to get that Dave Coco guy to make an appearance. So please,
That's that Coco guy.
subscribe. Check out our other friends, Gaming with Friends. We'll probably put a link in the thing. Wrestling Rantin', The American a la carte, LK Wrestling Reviews. So many great shows on YouTube and part of the team.
Our website.
And you love the fucking okay. Keep famming. And you can also check out KocoSports.net. It's where the world comes to kick ass. Your home for combat sports and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. And we'll be improving everything. You know, just slowly but surely improving. I just have to make it through this week. All right, Rob, thank you. Happy Memorial Day, and hopefully it won't be 12 years for you to come back, sir. All right, like, comment, subscribe to both of our channels. Follow us on Twitter at KocoSports. And with that, happy Memorial Day. Thank you. I am over.